Welcome back, Fantasy Faithful. I'm Amber Storm with your Week 11 Fantasy Football Update. And honey, this week was wild. We're 3 weeks from playoffs, and the drama is hitting harder than a Thanksgiving food coma. If you thought last week had plot twists, this week brought more reversals of fortune than a Shakespeare tragedy. Portia, what's happening at the top of the league?
Well, Amber, the dynasty continues. Unstopper Joe stayed at number 1 and improved to 8-3 with a 2-week winning streak. This man is like the Terminator. You can knock him down for 1 week, but he just keeps coming back stronger. After reclaiming the throne last week, Jose said, "Actually, I think I'll stay here," and proceeded to defend his crown. That's 8 wins in 11 weeks. This is the kind of consistency that makes other league members panic and fear the league punishment. And can we talk about Certified Baileyers bouncing back? After their 5-week winning streak ended last week, the Baileyers said, nah, that was just a rest day, and got right back to winning, staying at number 2 and improving to 8-3. You took 1 week off, recharged the batteries, and found yet another team on their down week. I would say that eventually you'll play a team that scores more than 110 points, but maybe the Chelsea marriage power-up will last all season, baby. Rice to the occasion stayed at 3rd, but extended his winning streak to 2 weeks, improving to 7-4. Not only did Rice win, but he posted the weekly high score for the 3rd time this season. That's his 2nd weekly high since week 4. Rice is serving "I'm not dead yet" energy and proving the early season dominance wasn't a fluke. You're lurking at 7-4, 1 game back from the top 2, and you're hanging on like a madman clutching his last meal. This is the comeback arc we love to see. Who dat jumped 2 spots to 4th and into playoff contention at 6-5? That's a huge move. You went from the chaotic 5-5 cluster to having breathing room in 4th place. This is the kind of timely win that changes your entire season trajectory. From maybe I'll make the playoffs to I'm controlling my own destiny. Keep this up and you might sneak into the top 3.
Then there is the carnage in the middle. How did the Green Bull Packers stay at 5th with a 4-week losing streak? 4 straight losses. You went from 5-2 to 5-6 in the span of a month. That's not a slump. That's a full-blown midlife crisis. Bro, the wheels have completely fallen off the bus and now the bus is on fire and rolling down a hill. You're still mathematically alive, but you need to win out and pray to every fantasy god that's ever existed. Can we talk about Saquon, my Pinheiro, absolutely crashing back to earth? Obviously, you couldn't handle last week's glowing praise about your 3-week winning streak and 2-spot jump. You responded by dropping 2 spots to 6th at 5-6 and posting the weekly low score for the 2nd time this season. The hottest team in the league? More like the coldest. Your 3-week winning streak is over, and you fell harder than Icarus flying too close to the sun. This is what hubris looks like, folks. 1 week I'm calling you a legend, the next week you're face planting in spectacular fashion. Looks like Portia won't be answering your next call after all.
The Galveston Dolphin Sharks stayed at 7th at 5-6 with no movement. You're stuck in neutral while everyone around you is either climbing or falling. At least you're consistent. The playoff hopes are fading faster than New Year's resolutions in February, though. Looks like this creature really was more myth than legend. Point. Zoo stayed at 8th at 4-7 with a 3-week losing streak. 3 straight L's. The slide continues. You're drowning and nobody's throwing you a life preserver. At 4-7, you're basically mathematically eliminated. Time to play spoiler and ruin someone else's playoff dreams. Point, just avoid the punishments at all costs.
This part of the league is rougher than dealing with Taco Bell after a bender, Amber. Obi-Wan Jacoby stayed at 9th at 4-7, but that beautiful 3-week winning streak ended. You fought so hard to peel your ass off the seat. You clawed your way to relevance, and then your stomach growled, said hell nah, and sent you right back to shitting the bed. You're 4-7, but at least you showed some fight. That's more than we can say for some teams. Wait, hold on. This can't be fucking right. Antonio Rangel won again? Again? After winning 1 game to wipe away the 7-week losing streak, then losing 2 straight, Antonio stayed at 10th but improved to 3-8 with his 2nd win in the last 4 weeks. This man has doubled his season win total in a month. Sure, you're still dead last at 3-8, but you've now won 2 of your last 4. That's a 50% win rate over the last month. This is the most shocking development of Week 11. The 2008 Detroit Lions are no longer your comparison. Now you're just regular bad instead of historically catastrophic. Don't be like your shorts and skid into the end of the season.
The bottom line, Unstoppa Joe and Certified Bailiers are running away with the top 2 spots at 8 and 3. Rice is lurking at 7 and 4 with the weekly high and a 2-game win streak. Who Dat jumped 2 spots and to sneak into the playoffs race. The 5 and 6 teams are in desperation mode with dwindling playoff chances. Saquon went from hottest team to posting weekly lows in 1 week flat, and Antonio has won 2 of his last 4 games, which might be the most shocking stat of the entire season. Week 12 is approaching fast, and playoff spots are firming up. The real battle is for that 4th spot, where chaos reigns supreme. Will the top 3 hold serve? Can Green Bowl Packers end their 4-week skid? Will Saquon bounce back or continue the collapse? And most importantly, can Antonio make it 3 wins in 5 weeks and completely rewrite his legacy? Stay tuned, because we're entering crunch time and every game matters. Until next time, may your playoff hopes stay alive and may your weekly low scores happen to someone else.